a luxurious lakeside dwelling.
We just stood out in the yard and we just knew that this was the place that we wanted to be.
Can a team sail the house to a new island plot?
Are we going to make the ramps this time, guys? Are we going to make the ramps?
A titanic task that will test the nerves of the people who dare to do monster moves. On America's west coast, work on another big move is about to begin. Bainbridge Island is a tranquil millionaire's retreat, mere miles from Seattle. Magnificent mansions worth millions of pounds dot the island's shoreline. The hustle and bustle of city life kept safely at arm's length. IT consultant Bob Wise and his family bought their dream plot here on the island's eastern shore.
We wake up every morning to the sun coming up over the city of Seattle. You see the ferry going by right in front of the house, and it's just absolutely spectacular.
Their views may be magnificent, but Bob's family is outgrowing the house.
I live with 4 women. I have 3 young daughters and my wife, and there's only 2 bathrooms. Kitchen and the family room are very small, and just with a young growing family, it's just very difficult in a small house like this to make it all work.
Bob and his wife Stacy decide they want to build a bigger house on their plot. But demolishing the 120-ton building doesn't come cheap. So they decide to put the house up for sale on a house mover's website. Across the island, Jeff and Candace Daigle have a different problem. They've just invested almost £200,000 of their life savings to buy their dream shoreside plot. But they don't have enough money left to build a house.
We always liked the feel of the island, the community, the people over here are great. It's just a beautiful, beautiful area.
Bob and Stacy's house provides the perfect solution to their dilemma. All they need to do is move it across the island and onto their plot.
We found that we were able to get a whole lot more house for the same number of dollars than we'd normally be able to afford. You don't have to choose colors, window shapes, or anything. It's all done. For a guy, it's easy.
Buying and moving the house will cost Jeff and Candace £190,000. They entrust the task to West Coast house hauler Jeremy Nickel.
This is the biggest challenge yet this year.
Moving houses is a team effort. There's no one individual that is so good that they can do it on their own.
Jeremy must move the mansion 4 kilometers to reach Jeff and Candace's vacant plot at the end of the island's inlet. A road connects the 2 sites, but it's too narrow for such a wide building. So Jeremy's team will attempt to sail the mansion from shore to shore on a barge. Navigating the unwieldy cargo through this busy stretch of water will be a challenge. And once the house reaches its new destination, Jeremy will have to negotiate these treacherous mudflats.
Whoa! This doesn't leave us a lot of options. I'm only 190 pounds, but that barge in that house is going to be 120 to 150 ton. If we get that barge stuck in here in this mud, we would never get it out.
Jeremy needs a tide at least 3.5 meters high to stand any chance of success.
This is going to take all of our resources and challenge us to the maximum.
The tide here only rises this high once a month, and Jeremy has just 10 days to catch it. Their first task is to lift the building off its footings. The wooden house sits on concrete foundations set firmly into the island bedrock. But the walls of the house do not attach to these foundations. So when Jeremy's team attempts the lift, its walls could bend or even collapse. To prevent this, the team must build a temporary support floor under the mansion made from 28 tons of steel beams. Cutting holes for the beams proves laborious.
Yeah, that's one hole done, 13 to go.
Amidst the growing chaos, Bob's family raced to move out.
You like the dress? It's me, isn't it?
It's just incredible to see the house that we used to be living in all torn up. Plants, the flowers that we had planted are all gone.
Jump up there and just guide it. Just watch yourselves there in case it starts to go, okay? He's already lifted on his back outrigger.
Once the beams are in place, Jeremy connects 22 hydraulic lifting jacks underneath the rig.
This is the moment of truth.
But the 120-ton mansion refuses to budge.
Hey, Jeremy, you got a copy? We missed a couple anchor bolts in a couple spots.
2 bolts hold this wall firmly to the ground. Jamie cuts them free.
Yeah, Jeremy, we got lift off.
The mansion slowly rises up 3 meters clear of the ground. Jeremy is now ready to load the mansion onto the barge. It will be a difficult balancing act. A towering brick chimney threatens to upset his calculations. If he positions the wheels in the wrong place, the house could slide off its undercarriage. So he must position the wheels further to the right to counteract the chimney's 10-ton weight. He also secures the chimney with steel chains.
Fireplaces are always a challenge to load and move because the way they're constructed, they're not tied into the house at all, so it's like moving something completely independent from the rest of the building.
And this chimney's holding a lot of the weight, so if that goes, it's gonna make this end a lot heavier, so the house is gonna wanna go like this.
Okay, we're dropping weight. Dropped about 500 pounds on this side. Tell the guys on the fireplace to watch themselves. Something's not right, guys. Call it 223, 226, 3.5 inches out. Oh, no wonder. You guys kicked it the wrong way.
Kick that end over this way.
Right. How did that happen, guys? Backing it up.
The wheels are just 8 centimeters out of alignment, but this could be enough to tip the house off its cradle.
Okay, push it, guys.
His team reposition them
Got it, good, good, good.
and try again. After 3 hours, it's finally ready to load. Bob has one final fixture to claim.
All right, well, you never really move it out until the satellite dish goes, so I'm going to take down the dish. You know how men are, right? You know, you got a television, you got a stereo, furniture doesn't matter. Victory. Now it's a complete move.
It's 2 a.m. on Bainbridge Island and the night of the big move. Jeremy waits for high tide to load Jeff and Candace's mansion onto the barge.
We reach a point of no return. So when we get beyond that point, there's no turning back. We got to get the house onto the barge.
When the barge arrives, Jeremy's team will build a temporary bridge using 4 steel ramps. Loading will be precarious. The wheels under the house are wider than the ramps. If the driver aims straight for the ramps, the rear wheels could slip off the edge. So he must make a series of zigzag turns to align the wheels under the house with the ramps. This maneuver will eat up valuable time, and if the tide starts to turn, there's a risk the barge could be beached.
Oh, it'll fit, but it's gonna be a real tight squeeze. We're not gonna have any room to play around.
Let's line up those pads. Line up those ramp pads, make sure they're lined up.
5:30 a.m. Jeremy has just 30 minutes to load the mansion before the tide recedes.
It's gonna get interesting, real quick.
Steer the dollies! Yeah, well, the tide's starting to drop on us here. We gotta move fast. Let's keep an eye on it. Coming ahead, guys. We gotta hustle here, guys.
Yeah, time's starting to get away from us. If this tide turns on us, we could be in trouble here, so it's time to get going.
Jamie, you can see this stuff in the rear. Get all this stuff in the post.
Let's go. We gotta go.
Jeremy has 10 minutes left before the tide turns.
Okay, Sam, can we steer the dollies a little faster? Okay, let's get them steered straight back up.
The kitchen teeters on the ramp's edge.
Always makes me nervous riding on 2 ramps when I can't see what's underneath me.
Are we gonna make the ramps this time, guys? Are we gonna make the ramps?
One false move and the mansion could plummet.
One tire is good, one tire is good.
They load with only seconds to spare.
It was close. 6 o'clock was our drop dead time, and it's 6:01, so glad to see that barge gone.
Tugboat Captain Rick must now sail the mansion around the weekend's busy boat traffic.
I would hope nobody would try and play chicken with a ferry. I always figure size matters out here, and the bigger guy wins.
On Bainbridge Island, Captain Rick must navigate the floating mansion past ferry traffic and weekend sailors. It's 11 a.m. He has just 4 hours to reach the end of the inlet at high tide.
I think it's going to be a bugger trying to get through all that stuff, you know? I'm not looking forward to it. We can't just bully our way through. We got to, you know, work with the hand we're dealt. Okie doke, bye. Okay. I'm trying to find a way through to see what, see if there's a hole to even start picking our way through here. Not looking like it's going to be a lot of fun here time we're done. You know, either there's a way through it or there's not. If we lose too much time trying to pick our way through all this anchored up sailboats here, that could hamper their whole deal for tonight.
Rick will have to move quickly. High tide is only an hour away. Meanwhile, at the site, Jeremy's team prepare the mansion's new foundations. They are racing to lower the gradient of the slope so the building can be moved into position.
Yeah, this is a very difficult site. We'll wrap this up just in time for that barge in the house to be coming around the corner out here. It'll be right down to the wire.
On Bainbridge Island, the house is about to arrive. Jeremy will have to move fast before the tide turns.
Gotta get the house off in time. We got no choice here. We gotta make this tide. 6 inches in between.
But he faces an unexpected hurdle.
I need you to go down there and stop traffic beyond the crane there. Go down there, run. Run and stop traffic.
A busy road separates the landing point from the new site. Jeremy can only unload the house when the tide peaks at 3 p.m. And if rush hour traffic delays the unloading, the mansion could be left stuck in the mud.
Right now, pedestrians and traffic flow are a little more stressful in dealing with the tide.
We need to get in and get out before the tide drops.
Captain Rick pulls up at 3 p.m. precisely.
It's like trying to park a semi-trailer on roller skates.
This is the moment of truth. We need to get moving here in the next couple of minutes.
The team race to level the footings so Jeremy can haul the house off the road and tug it up the hill to its final resting place.
The chimney survived. It's in one piece. It's still tight to the building. No movement on it. We're happy.
Always good to see a house sitting in a new home.
Good job, Adam.
For Jeff and Candace, their dream house has arrived.
It's bigger than anything we've ever owned or lived in. We've always lived in, pretty small houses. So this is fantastic. So we're smiling. We're smiling very big.
Over the next few months, Jeff and Candace will renovate the house and build a new lower floor that will double its size and value.